Hello everyone, this is Surya and welcome to Be a Geek. In today's video, we are going to solve another Java problem from HackerRank Java output formatting. So let's read this problem. Java system.out_printf function can be used to print formatted output. The purpose of this exercise is to test your understanding of formatting output using printf. To get you started, a portion of the solution is provided for you in the editor. You must format and print the input to complete the solution. Input format. Each line of the input will contain a string followed by an integer. Each string will have a maximum of 10 alphabet character and each integer will have an inclusive range of 0 to 999. Output format. In each line of the output, there should be two columns. The first column contains a string and is left justified using exactly 15 characters. The second column contains the integer expressed in exactly 3 digits. If the original input has less than 3 digits, you must pad your output leading digits with zeros. So similar to other problems, here we have to take input from the user and we have to print that, but in a formatted manner. And our formatting will be, there we have two columns, one for string and one for integer, and our string will be left justified using exactly 15 characters. Means if our string has 4 characters, then we will add some more characters so that it can become a 15 character string, and our added character will be on the right side, means our string will be left justified. And as you can see there, we have Java, and after Java we have some characters, means some white spaces. So what we're gonna do, we will add some extra spaces after Java to make it exactly 15 character. And for integer, what we have to do, we should have exactly 3 digits for an integer. Means if we have 1, so we will make it 001. For 20, we will make it 020. And as you can see there, for 100 will be same as 100 because it has 3 digits, but for 65 we have to add an extra 0 for that. So this is our challenge. We have to print our output into a formatted manner. Let's go to our IntelliJ and then see how we can do that. So this is the code from my last video, but from there we can take some code to take input as a string, as an integer. So let me remove this and also remove this because we have to take a string as input. And first we will take input as Java as a string, and then we will take input as integer. So what we can do, okay, first we will take input as string and then we'll take input as integer. So what we did here, we create a scanner and then we use next line to take input as string and then next int to take input as I. I'm not explaining this because in our last videos we already know how to take input. Let's just try to format only these inputs, string and integer, because after that we have to perform the same operation for second input and third input. So for string, our string should be of 15 characters, and for our integer should be of 3 digits. So how we can do that? Because we want to print there, I can directly use sout. Till now we are using println to print our output, but with println we cannot format our input. So we can use their printf. Let's see the implementation of printf and then see how this works. For our printf function, we have first argument as format, which is of type string. After that, we have arguments. So we can provide as many arguments as we can, and there our arguments will be our integer and our string. So our first argument will tell us how we want to format our input. Basically, for string we use percentile %s, and for printing integer we use percentile %d. We will put comma, and after that we will print our s, means string, and we will print our integer. So we have to provide our input to our printf function in a same order in which we want to print our variables. Let's say I want to first print my string, so I put percentile %s, and after that I want to print my integer. So for integer I have percentile %d. So in the same order I have to provide are arguments. First, I am printing percentile s, and after that, I am printing percentile d. So first will be my string, and second will be my integer. Let's compile our code and see how this thing works. And then after that, the Java solution. And first, we will give input as string, and then after that, I will give input as integer. So as you can see, we have Surya, and after that we have an integer I. Because we did not provide any formatting, we simply just print our input. So to make our string of 15 character, we can just simply write 15 there. So how this work? Let me compile and then run this code. So it is Surya, and after that one. So as you can see there, for Surya, I have 15 characters, but I want the characters after Surya because I want to get my string as left justified. So all the spaces should be on the right side. So for that, I will put a minus before that. So for my integer, I want exactly 3 digits. So what can I do? I can just write 0, 3. So if I run this code and put my input, and then there you can see, including Surya, I have 15 characters, and for my integer 1, I have 3 digits. So with this code, our basic ask of this question is achieved. We want 15 characters and our string should be left justified, and for integer we want exactly 3 digits. But here we have 6 input, 3 for string, 3 for integer. So what we can do? We can just copy and paste this line after that. And one more thing, we have to change our line, but our printf does not change line by default. So we have to put a backslash n after every print statement. Our println by default change line, but printf does not change line. So for that we have to put backslash n there, and we have to print these equal to's. So for that, what we can do, we can use our println, and they will go into a string, and same after are all outputs. And one more thing, we do not have to write string and integer again and again. The reason behind it, we already initialize our integer and string. We just replacing the values. Initially, if I put Surya into S, and after that I want to insert any other value into S, I can simply do that without initializing it because I already initialize my S. Same with integer. So we do not have to initialize our variables again and again. So this is our main code. But there is a problem in this code also. That is very interesting. Here we are taking input for string using next line, but we cannot do that. Let's see how next line work. If I put Surya and then put enter, and after that I put an integer, in that case, only in that case, it is gonna work. But if we see our input is little bit different. Our input is something like that, something like this, Surya 1. And in a string, we can take integer as also input. How? Because a string can be anything. 1 can be also a string. How? This is a string. A string can store anything. So instead of next line, we have to use their next. Let's see how next work. So we will use next there. Let me comment this code and show you how these things work. How we use next there. Let me compile this code. Java, okay, Java C, and then uh, Java solution. Here, if I put Surya and 1, then it is gonna work. But if I use next line, and in that case, if I compile my code and then put Surya and after that 1 and then put enter, it wants an extra input, but it is not extra. According to us, it is an extra, but according to the code, it is not extra. So we have to give it an integer, and this Surya1 this Surya1 will be considered as a string, and this one will took as an integer. So to avoid this situation, we have to use next there, and if we use next, then the above code will work perfectly. Surya 1. So we have to use next. Now let's see how next work. So our next only take an word as input, and as next encounter space, it stop taking input. So in our case, let's say I put Surya, and after that I put a space. So the next part will only took Surya as input and store into S, and after that took 1 as input. So how our next work? So in that case, we have to use next instead of next line. So this is the main difference between next and next line. So let's copy this code and go to our code editor on HackerRank and run this code. Let's see this work or not. Okay, and submit this code, and everything is working fine. But there is also a problem. We can modify our code to make it better, as we know what we are doing repeatedly. Okay, let me put it there. Okay, as you can see there, we are using this block of code 3 times. So can we reduce this? Yes, we can do it using loops. So on HackerRank, our next question is about for loop, Java loops. So after solving this question, we can reduce our number of lines in this code using loops. And loops are used when we are doing repetitively some code. Now after solving our next problem, you can modify your code. By the way, you can copy this code from our website, and if I show you Java output formatting, so if you want to see the code using loop, then you can get your code from there. Here I use different method. I use padding, write pad to print my output. So you can use any of the method you want. You can just copy your code from there and paste your code to your code editor and run your code and pass your test cases. So let's meet into the next video where we learn about for loop. For this video, I think it is enough. Here we learn about next and next line. What is the main difference? What is the key difference between both of them? So let's meet into the next video. Till then, thank you and bye bye.